Pretty for a big girl is basically a backhanded compliment. It acknowledges desirable features that the individual has despite having an often undesirable fat body. For Fannita, she is someone whom people acknowledge for having a great personality and beautiful face. So today I'm going to examine some of her predictions on how she kind of knew how people would treat her after she lost weight, and just the idea of like fat phobia, thin privilege, some of her classist remarks, and ways she has displayed, in my opinion, internalized colorism and just overall mean girl behavior. These are just my opinions and observations. I do not know her, and this video is solely for commentary and educational purposes. So let's begin. Fannita Leggett is a popular social media influencer on Instagram and TikTok. Her following grew after she shared lip-sync videos and comedic skits on the platforms. She has over 195,000 followers on Instagram and over 2 million on TikTok.
I had gastric bypass surgery. Yeah, let's just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. Some of you have already known this if you've been in my lives. I told you this weeks ago, but I just want to tell everybody about it now because people are starting to comment on my appearance and my body a lot. So let's just get everything out in the open. Quickly, I'm gonna give y'all the short answer why I got gastric bypass. I wanted to be healthier. And full transparency, a diet and working out was never gonna work for me. That was never gonna work for me. I'm sorry. It was never gonna work. Having had gastric bypass, my life has changed completely. Not only am I eating healthier, and less, because that's the point of surgery. I don't vape anymore. I had a crippling nicotine addiction for the last 5 years. I'm not drinking. So yeah, I'm just like actually healthy all the way through. And I started working out, got my gym membership. I'm getting in the gym. So when I told you at the beginning of the year that I was really trying to be on my health shit, that wasn't me joking. That was me being so serious. And getting gastric bypass has truly changed my life. Like, no bullshit. Like being 100% dead ass. I would have never been able to start reaching my goals, until I had this surgery. And as you can see, I am starting to look very different because I have lost quite a bit of weight. I won't say exactly. Y'all don't need to know every detail about my life. But I have lost quite a bit, and I'm still quite far from my goal. I know Zendaya's mad as fuck right now because Zendaya knows that I'm her only competition, and so now that I'm losing weight on you hoes, she's mad as fuck. Like, Zendaya, leave me alone. Tell Tom to stay out my DMs. Talk to your man, not to me. Period. But I did this for me, for Fannita. Myself. Okay? Yo, soy. Cause y'all like to, how y'all get. It's because I want to be healthier. I want to do more. I want to be more active. When my friends go to the beach, I want to play beach volleyball. I want to be able to move around and not be out of breath. Walk up a flight of stairs and not cough up a lung, perhaps. Personal preference. Me. And other than that, like, the surgery was fine. I had surgery May 22nd, so it should be like a month. I don't know what today's date is. I'm not gonna lie, all the days bleed together for me. So it should be a month. It should be a month out now. I'm cooling. After surgery, though, if you get this surgery or the sleeve, you have immense gas pain. It feels like somebody stabbing you in the heart with a dagger. You know what I mean? But I'm happier. I'm healthier. Everything's going perfectly fine. And I'm so happy that I did this because I knew I would not be able to like reach my goals and like choose a healthier lifestyle without making this decision. So yeah, bye.
I think it's important to describe what fat phobia is. So fat phobia is basically weight bias. It's sometimes called fat phobia or weight stigma, and it describes the negative attitudes and stereotypes surrounding and attached to larger bodies. Fat phobia is an abnormal and irrational fear of being fat or being around fat people. So according to Allure magazine, fat content creators face frequent threats to their platforms. As the author writes, whether we are doing something as simple as recreating the latest TikTok trend or as sensitive as discussing our own eating disorders, we seem to encounter a heightened level of negativity compared to our straight-sized peers. Even when the content we are creating has nothing to do with being fat, comments about our weight, size, and appearance inevitably start to roll with every post. The countless criticisms about our perceived health or the snide remarks meant to invalidate our experiences can overwhelm our comment sections at times.
How is fatphobia linked to white supremacy? Congratulations, class. That's a great question. If you want to learn more than what I mentioned here today, please read this book. Fat phobia, like most social phobias, is ultimately the cause of systemic oppression. Fat bodies have been racialized since, you guessed it, slavery. Fat phobia stems from an Enlightenment era belief that fatness is actually linked to savagery and racial inferiority, which has then subsequently been used to subjugate Black bodies into slave labor, exploitation, fetishization, and sexualization. Slave masters used the fatness found in Black female bodies as an excuse to say, those women are deserving of rape, but you, your slender self, you're not. Since abolition, the U.S. government has tried to pin the obesity epidemic and all comorbid diseases like heart disease and diabetes on Blackness and on the Black population as a way to say our healthcare system is overwhelmed by those people, and those are your tax-paying dollars. Fat phobia, white supremacy. There you have it.
The concept of body capital describes the value attached to people's appearance, attractiveness, or physical abilities that may be exchanged for other forms of economic, social, or cultural capital. Body capital can benefit you or hurt you, honestly. So if you are someone who doesn't meet desirability standards, their body capital can be quite low, meaning a lot of people may not value in society and in social groups, etc. Though this can vary, obviously, based on like people's attributes, just their like background, generationally or whatever. I would say that overall, people do value the body, unfortunately, a lot of times is like an object. And I think that Fannita happening to be someone who is dark skinned and who existed in a bigger body, she probably has experienced a lot of ridicule that has caused her some inner turmoil. Then add on top of the fact that she grew up in the digital age and pretty much is always in front of the screen for like her income in places like Instagram and TikTok, where beauty and thoughts are like duplicated a mile a minute by anyone with a phone or mic.
Since losing weight, I find one thing particularly funny, and I also, society and the fat phobia is so deep in our world that I knew these things would happen before I had my weight loss surgery. Like, I felt like people were going to start taking me more seriously the more I lose weight. Which by that, I mean, back in the day when I was fat as shit, I could say anything to y'all and y'all would get in the comments and gas it. Now, mind you, if you've been following me from the beginning till now, you see my personality has not changed at all. This is how I've always acted. But for the people that are coming in now, they think I'm mean. Everybody that's watching my content now think I'm mean as fuck. But 2 years ago, or even goddamn 6 months ago, if I came on the internet and said, all you bitches are ugly, I'm prettier than all of you, I don't know how y'all breathe the same air as me. All y'all would get in the comment being like, yeah, Nina, you're so gorgeous, you're so cute, and all that shit was fake. And I know it was fake, and that's okay, because you bitches are fake. Society is fake. You guys are fat phobic. Y'all have to make the fat girl feel confident. She probably hates herself. We have to agree with her because she's fat and ugly, right? And she's unattractive. So this is us doing our due diligence for her, right? I'm not buying into the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because now, when I say that exact same shit, now I'm a mean girl. Fannita, you've gotten mean since you've lost weight. What? I talk the exact same way. You guys, y'all, just find me more conventionally attractive. And also something that I've learned on this app is y'all hate conventionally attractive people. Because if a pretty girl says she's pretty, y'all will jump her to make sure y'all will find every fucking flaw you can to bring her down. So now, because I'm looking more conventionally attractive to y'all, I've always thought I look good to you. Now I'm a mean girl. And I find that
to the fat girls and fat people watching this, and like you're wondering, like, oh my God, am I going to be treated differently when I lose weight? That question is absolutely. Society is so fat phobic, and when people meet you, they only see that you're fat. It doesn't matter. Like when I was fatter and bigger, I was like, just like, oh, the funny fat girl, like she's funny and she's fat. And now that I've lost a significant amount of weight, I've lost like a whole nother person. It's like everybody, all my comments now are like, when I would just make videos making jokes and talking, they would be like, they talk about the music. Now it's like, Fannita, you're so pretty. You're so gorgeous. You're so this. Guys come out of the woodworks to try to talk to me now. Guys approach me, like even walking down the street, people smile at me now. Like I'm no longer like invisible. And thankfully I didn't have it as bad as some fat people do because of my personality. Mm-hmm. So I was always like still popular. And also, I didn't realize I was fat until I got on the internet. Cause like my friends never ever said anything about my weight. Like I was really popular. I got us all the parties and all this shit. So like I never even like really understood how like big I was. And I feel like for me now, like sometimes it's just like, I used to be able to say certain things when I was fat. And this goes into another thing I'm about to talk about.
Some call such exception with appearance vanity, but that misses the point. We are responding to the deep psychological significance of the body. Appearance does indeed affect our sense of self and how people respond to us. It always has, always will. What's different today is that the body and how it looks has become a significant component of our self-worth.
Since you want to know, funky hoe, I'll tell you. I was one of those fat girls that was in denial. And by one of those fat girls I was in denial, I was a fat girl that was like, I'm only having one meal a day, but that one meal a day was 28,000 calories. Big and greedy. Humongous and greedy. You know what I'm saying? I had a really like poor relationship with food, and I had a really poor ability to control my food intake. And without getting gastric bypass and having a physical limit on the amount of food that I would eat, I wouldn't have lost any weight. By that, I mean going to the gym was not going to help me lose weight because I would just come home and eat. You know what I'm saying? Like I ate everything, except for vegetables. Goddamn, bitch. Throw a Brussels sprout in between them lemon pepper wings. Please. Gag it. So yeah, that's why I had the gastric bypass, because it physically limits your restrictions. Like I said in the past video, I said like, I'm able to eat whatever now. Like I can eat whatever. I've been eating, you know what I'm saying? I've been having my little nibbles. But the good thing about it is I still eat like below moderation. You know what I mean? Like I have a lot more self-control over my food, and I have like a really like a better relationship with food. I feel like because of the way I grew up and my stepmom, starving me and shit, and going to college and like being able to like eat whatever I wanted and not having like that scarcity mindset anymore. But then now I'm like, young, hot, turned beautiful in LA. So like, girl, you gonna eat. You ain't gotta worry about it. You ain't gonna miss no meal, girl. So like I don't have to worry about like feeling like I'm gonna get hungry. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if this is anybody else, but since having the bypass, I don't know if it's since having the bypass or living in LA, I am much more open to the things that I eat. I used to only eat like fried shit and burgers. You know what I'm saying? Big fat greedy shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Big fat greedy shit. Triple decker cheeseburgers, extra bacon, covered in oil, you know what I'm saying? Mayo, all that type, you know what I'm saying? 18 slices of cheese type shit. But now I'm like into like, some healthier options or whatever. Don't get me wrong. I'm still eat whatever the fuck I'm craving at the moment. Also, cheers. This right here, I would sell my mom ashes for one of these, and I'm not playing. Gooder than a motherfucker. Funky hoes. But yeah, that's the reason I had gastric bypass. Without it, I would have just eaten myself to death. So yeah. Bye. Please don't ask me shit else for today. I'm real tired. Thank you.
Do you feel like when you lost weight, because I know this happened to me, do you feel like people started treating you differently and treating you better?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because they like to gaslight me all day long when I talk about it, but
it's insane.
Yeah, it's really true. Like,
yeah,
anybody that's been overweight and lost weight, like, people start respecting you more. They start being nicer to you. They start finding you more attractive. Everybody comes out the woodwork. Like,
it's kind of like it really irritates me. Like, and
it irritates
for people to even think that it's not a thing irritates me even more.
Yep.
Because we experience it firsthand, but then people are like, bitch, really? Like, but
every time I talk about it, they're like, womp. That's not true. And it's like, first of all, you never been fat. And second of all, it's like, society's fat phobic. Like, everybody gets treated differently based off the way they look. That's just how the world works.
Yeah.
You get treated differently based off your attractiveness level, your weight level, your skin color, your race, your ethnicity, everything, your accent. Who gives a people treat you differently based on everything about you. So to think that people wouldn't treat you differently if you were fat versus not fat, you're crazy as hell. You're crazy as
Now I'm going to talk about how Fannita basically became a bit more vocal or changed her tone after she lost weight. Now we're going to look at some like problematic behavior she's made. Some people feel like she has called her followers broke, which I think is very crazy.
And also, brokies, before y'all get mad at me, I make more money than you do. There are many days where I didn't have anything to eat but tears. Everybody broke needs to be mute. I would eat food out the trash like a raccoon, like a rabbit.
Everybody broke needs to go to mime school. Everybody broke needs to go to mime school.
And my family has been struggling so bad. I'm in my living room. You're in the projects. And my family has been struggling so bad. And your fucking Section 8 housing apartments. And my family has been struggling. Sitting in your dirty, broken cars that need transmission replacements. Hi. I don't really like being vulnerable and telling y'all my business, but for the sake of everything, I'm here to talk. I'm not here to give an apology to my haters, though. Y'all gonna have to keep waiting. But what I will do is apologize to my poor bitches that fuck with me. Hey, y'all, listen. I grew up poor. There are many days where I didn't have anything to eat but tears. There are many days where I slept on the ground, slept on the floor, didn't have a blanket, didn't have a comforter. You know what I mean? My friends had to buy my school lunch. I would eat food out the trash like a raccoon, like a rabbit, like an animal, just so I could eat food in general. I never had nice clothes. I was never allowed to buy nice clothes. When I played basketball, I had to wear like my older teammates' hand-me-downs. So I don't want y'all to think I'm going to lead this bastard, because I'm not. I'm not, guys. I'm not this evil, wicked, sinister bully that everybody wants me to be. One of my life goals is to become a billionaire so I can build an apartment complex to house the unhoused. That's my goal. There's several organizations that my card is on file at, and I donate money to less fortunate. Literally, I was out to eat with my friend Anika at Hamburger Heaven or something that was called. It was called like Heavenly Hamburger or something. And this woman came up to me. She was homeless. She was like, so like, how do you order a cheeseburger? And I said, girl, cut the bullshit. Do you want a burger and a beer? And she was like, yeah, I do. And I bought her a burger and beer and fries. Everybody at that place, she was asking everybody to buy her some food. And everybody told her no. And that was confusing to me because I'm like, she just wants a burger and a beer. She just because she's homeless, she can't have a beer. Like, goddamn, who wants to eat a burger and not have a beer to go with it? That's not a crime. But I want y'all to know that I love my supporters. And this week, I let my anger get the best of me, y'all. Like, I've been angry for like 4 years, man. Rightfully so. I don't feel bad about being angry. I feel bad about reacting the way that y'all have always wanted me to react. I reacted in a way that people have been praying for me to react. They don't want to see me happy-go-lucky and having fun and buying my friends Prada bags and taking them on trips. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about that. They care about the negativity, and they care about making me angry and making me mad. The things that I'm saying about the pay gap or about fat phobia or about colorism or about texturism isn't something that has been said. Jackie Aina has been talking about this shit when I was in high school. Plenty of fat women have been talking about this for years, but y'all didn't want to listen to them because they're fat. When we're fat, we're not heard. So I thought I was doing the right thing by being the reader and coming on here to defend fat people and defend myself and finally unleash the hell that I've been receiving for 4 years. And that's not what I should have done. That's not who I am. Like, all my friends are like, Nita, this isn't you. Like, you're sweet. You're not like this. You're not evil. You're not mean. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for letting them get me out of character. I'm apologizing to my supporters. I'm sorry for letting them get me out of character. And I hope that y'all can accept my apology because y'all are the only people's opinions I care about. In my videos, I say I care about my friends and my family. But I also care about the people who genuinely love me. I just started Twitch streaming. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to come watch me on Twitch, I'll be over there a lot, going live, talking my shit. And if you miss my Twitch stream, you can watch it on my YouTube channel. It's Fannita the Baddest. THEE. And it's Twitch and YouTube. It's Fannita the Baddest. And I can't wait to cultivate a new audience on Twitch and have new friends on Twitch and really just pick up again. Because you know what I'm saying? Y'all, I'm taking over the world. We know it, and we know that's why they're mad. We know they're mad because I'm taking over the world, and I'm going to be the star that they never want to see happen. But nobody can deter me from my goals. But I'm sorry, guys, and I really do love all my poor girls. I love all my poor girls, all my fat girls, all my gay girls, all my gay boys, all my non-binary people, all my trans people. I love all my unhoused people. I love all my people that are unfortunate. I love all the people of Gaza, Congo, Sudan, and Haiti. I love everybody. I am a philanthropist, and I even love some of you white girls. I did not call y'all white hoes for the first time in a week.
But I do love some of y'all white girls. I just have had a lot of bad experiences with white people. And so that's why it's triggering when white people talk to me crazy. But just know I'm not, you know what I'm saying, ex-grand wizard against white people. I'm not I'm not a Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I might be sometimes. Sometimes I am really passionate about the things I believe in. But for the most part, I really am just a real chill ass bitch. And I'm sorry for letting them get me out of character, guys. I love you guys so much. I really do. And I hope y'all continue to support me. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitch. I love you guys.
Then there seems to be like this obsession with white men.
TikToker Fannita is being canceled for being very inappropriate towards fellow creator Carrington.
Jesus Christ. Guy, honestly. Yeah, it's kind of thin, but yeah, it's soft.
So recently, this TikToker named Fannita collabed with another creator named Carrington. Now, during this collab, she was very obviously making Carrington uncomfortable. She was doing things like commenting on his boyhood that she saw through his pants. She also tried to get him to kiss her multiple times. She even kissed him on the cheek against his will one time. She even tried to get him to go bar hopping with her. And the entire time she was doing this, Carrington was not only not having it, but he was very obviously uncomfortable on camera around her. And to make this whole situation just a little worse, the entire time she was doing all this, she was sitting very, very uncomfortably close to Carrington. Now, the situation got so big, Carrington actually put out a response to it, which was kind of not a response. He was basically saying, like, everything's all jokes. But despite him saying it's all jokes, if you actually go look up the videos, it's very obvious that it's not jokes, and he is very, very uncomfortable. Now, Fannita actually put out a statement on all of this, but it wasn't really an apology video. I'll just let the comments speak for it. Now, I personally dealt with other creators in the past that actually did exactly what Fannita is doing to Carrington to me. And despite me telling this creator to stop, they continue to like touch all over me. So I know exactly how Carrington felt during this. I've been through very similar things with other creators on 3 different occasions at this point. So watching the videos of her and him definitely felt like reliving the past for me.
Listen, I can be pretty toxic. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
like,
wait, are you jealous? You look like the jealous type.
No, I'm actually not, because I'm so secure with myself that I'm just like, if that's what, like, I don't know. I guess maybe it's egotistical. I'm like, if she's gonna go anywhere else,
That's real as
good luck.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, I'm like, good luck. Like, you're not gonna get what you get with me. Like, you might get someone with more money. You might get someone who's more famous. You might get
taller.
It's down.
Did you and Fannita fuck after y'all's podcast?
Yeah, of course.
I knew it.
Do you want to see the video?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't believe in watching sex tapes without both people's consent. And I feel really bad.
So adult. The lights were off, so you can only see me.
Oh, that's fucked up. You can't say shit like that.
She was smiling. You know she was there. It's fine.
This is fucked up.
Oh my God.
This is fucked up.
What? Okay, Fannita would have liked that joke.
I know.
So we want you to chill, all right? That's my baby girl.
I thought I was your baby girl.
Oh, I see what your kink is.
What's my kink?
You like the chase.
I like the chase.
Yeah.
I too love the chase.
Oh, I've got it. Nailed it. Alyssa, you look so good today.
He's trying to make you jealous.
Oh, no, I don't have this one.
What?
I don't have this kink.
Oh.
The jealous one?
Oh, then you look ugly today, Alyssa.
Okay. You don't gotta put her
What do you
down.
want me to say?
I don't want you to say anything.
I want to get you to a place where you have to change pants while you're here, okay?
Okay, it won't happen at all.
Right, yes, ma'am.
Stop
with the ma'am.
I can't justify this at all, and I'm not trying to, but I would say that perhaps her being darker skinned, she may feel like white men appreciate her more, but I still think you have to be very discerning with who you are involved with despite your race. And again, her being on camera, doing a lot of things she does, it just seems like really cringe. And there are people who have said that she has displayed predatory behaviors. I'll also say that she has also displayed signs of like being mean, like a mean girl with pretty privilege. And a lot of people associate that with just, again, someone who went from like a fat body to a smaller size frame, not necessarily thin, but a body that is deemed as more attractive and acceptable. I can say that there are a lot of people who lose weight, whether it be naturally or through surgery, and often they reflect on how others treated them. And then ironically, they act the same way. Like when I was younger, I had a friend who lost weight over the summer, and she came back to school and she was like very hypersexual, like this kind of boy crazy, as we would say back in the 90s. Of course, a lot of people gave her attention because, again, she wore clothes she never wore before. She just had this confidence and people were attracted to her body. which I can understand that can be overwhelming, but she became very obsessed with weight and very mean to like all of like our friend group and even her own sister. If you even weigh like 0.6 pounds or 2 pounds more than her, she would just say how fat you were and how disgusting you were. And again, that turned off a lot of people. Anyway, I do know that people do often change when they become the pretty person or become prettier. But now I'm just going to play some public opinions and then I'm going to conclude.
I thought I was doing the right thing by being the reader and coming on here to defend fat people. Finally unleash the hell that I've been receiving for 4 years, and that's not what I should have done. That's not who I am. Like, all my friends are like, Nita, this isn't you. Like, you're sweet. You're not like this. You're not evil. You're not mean.
What's confusing me about that clip is that she also said this.
Last week, I posted about 20 videos. Ranting, yapping. I want y'all to guess how many people from my close friends and family reached out to me about those videos. 1. My own brother has said shit to me about it because that's genuinely how I act. You can ask anyone in my life. My hairstylist, my nail tech, I talk like this on a regular basis.
Fun fact about me, I'm currently seeing a psychiatrist, okay? I'm not trying to diagnose this girl because I really hate when people do shit like that. But one of the things that I was experiencing was not knowing which version of myself was my true self. And I know that sounds fucking nuts, but let me explain. Some days I would be like, and the other days I'd be like, And I wasn't sure which one was my baseline. We still don't know. We're currently working on it. But that's good, right? That I'm working on it. Tell me you're proud of me. Black folk, don't be scared of the doctor. It's not that fucking scary, actually. It's kind of cool. She's my bitch, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even have an official diagnosis yet. But the process of trying to figure out what's going on has been helping me heal myself. That girl has been through hell and back, right? And being a social media personality, I can't even imagine the toll that takes on your mental health when you're that big of a creator. Even if she don't got nothing, maybe she's just sad. Y'all be talking shit. We be talking shit about her every day. Like, she's at her breaking point. I hope her loved ones are checking in because no.
You disappointed me. You disappointed me.
This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. They're talking about Fannita on that powder, on that white girl, on those accoutrements. I don't believe that to be true. I think this is new body mania. I think she got off that table, started feeling like Tamaya, feeling her femme queen energy, and got the twalking. Pump the beat. Welcome back to Ebony XXL, the fastest growing page on this app. Do not Google that though. It is a fact. Now, I can see how y'all got coke out of that situation, but that's not, like, if you look back at the content, you can really tell what's going on. It's the telltale sign. She broke up with that man. She's in the video with her friends dancing, trying to look like she's having fun, dead-eyed, trying to be sexy, just sad in the face. Next thing you see her, eyes wide. Ask her the last time that she ate, because she got her hair done and she's overly concerned about money right now, which is the telltale sign that you spent too much money during a manic episode. I've experienced that. I know that. I know the sparkle when I see it, girl. And this is no run-of-the-mill mania. This is new body mania. She got up off that Dr. Miami table and said, Sanaya, Tamaya, Alora, come on. She started feeling her buzz, and it's okay, but she needs to put the phone down. I got $1,000 in a bottle of Abilify that says that fixes the problem in 2 weeks flat. Promise you. Y'all putting drug abuse on her jacket as a black woman. I don't too much like that. I do think it's a mental health issue. I just think that she's gonna come down from the mania. She's gonna delete the videos. She's gonna rectify the situation. I think when you are manic, you feel like you're channeling God, and you are like, it's hard to explain, but my thing is, right now she's feeling like, oh, I lost the weight, I did this, I did that, and they're still not giving me my gots, and I need to let these bitches know why they need to give me my gots. And it like that, I can't explain mania to y'all. It's too much.
I also don't like how people are acting like the revenge body concept is a new one or only a Fannita thing. Only Fannita is, only Fannita feels like the world's going to treat her different when she's small. The world does treat you different when you're small versus when you're bigger. It's a real thing, you guys. Why are we acting like Fannita's crazy for thinking that? Oh, that's crazy to think that the world's going to treat you different when you lose weight. It's kind of not, because the world does treat you different when you lose weight. The revenge body concept has been around for so long. People will be like, yep, when I lose this weight, it's over for y'all. Is that not a thing? Like, I'm not understanding. Like, what? And like, do I think that she is going through something right now? Yes. Do I think that she is speaking from a place of trauma? Yes. Do I think that she needs to heal? Yes. But I don't think that she's on coke. And if she was, I don't think that's funny. And I really truly believe that this behavior, her eyes being big or whatever, is partially her personality and partially her pain meds. She just had surgery. And I don't think that this like revenge body, now that I'm skinny and I got my breast done and I got my tummy tucked, like now I'm about to on y'all, I don't think that's a new concept at all.
When she lost weight, she thought she was going to be treated equally as her counterpart. She see in real time that that's not happening. Oh, baby, she do not like that. You was an afterthought to a brand trip just to go on a brand trip and show the blackest part of your ass. Be a trio mean girl group. I don't like you. I don't like your attitude. Thing is, you hate us, right? That's what you said with your veins popping out your neck and your eyes bubbled up outside of your forehead, boo. You said that you don't like us, right? But then these are the same people that you want to rally behind you after you call out other creators that you feel like was making more than you. Alex Earl, her building brands, living her life. She's not sitting at home screaming through the phone having episodes, boo. Let's speak true tea. The thing about it is, you're a mean girl. And it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Because being fat, you have to bully the bully. You have to learn how to stand up for yourself. You got to learn how to jump. You got to be the loudest bitch in the room. I've always been the funny fat friend, so I know a thing or two about that. You accepted all them crumbs for all those years because you felt like you had to, and you truly do not. It's big women out here making mad moves in the game, boo. You did not have to accept that, but you did. You thought, oh, let me drop the weight and maybe my pay increase can go up. It did not go up, and you got pissed off about that. I understand. I would be too. Please, boo, for the life of me, pick a new angle. You love to still try to throw out that I'm fat and I'm black and I'm this and I'm that. Baby, you done lost the weight now. Please choose another angle because I'm bored. Snooze fest, baby. Another true tea. You're a fucking hypocrite at the end of the day. Because you said in your video and said light-skinned bitches that's biracial and you can't even tell that they're black, but you the same bitch that be hollering, y'all don't like me because I'm dark-skinned and I'm black and I'm fat. Please. What about the things that we don't have?
Well, it appears to be that the body is officially off.
I absolutely love when a woman who used to be fat and then becomes skinny is not humble about it. Talk your shit. I love to see it. Because here's my thing. The world is not kind. The world is not humble. The world will humble you. But the world is cruel to fat women. Especially fat, dark-skinned women. So when you get that ounce of privilege, cling on to that shit. You use it. Yeah. Do not be. I love the non-humility. What is the opposite of humility? Come on, girl, get your degree. Kick in. Yeah, it's not kicking in. But I love whatever the opposite of non-humility. Pride. Be proud. Yeah. I love it. The confidence, everything was there, and it's just like now it's even more. And people will try to humble you by bringing up the previous version of you or trying to, humble you. But nah, they see it. They know. They know. Keep on doing it. I love it.
Why do y'all ask me to speak on trending topics or speak on situations, and when I say what I want to say and not what y'all want me to say, y'all report my videos? Why do y'all do that? Let me just say this. I don't consider myself to be a content creator or influencer. I honestly don't care nothing about none of that. I'm just a girl from Miami who is very real with herself and others, and I had enough money to pay my phone bill this month so I could make a couple of videos. That's it. But how I feel about the Fannita situation, I genuinely feel like she's a mean girl who's in an identity crisis. For a person to get up here and say I couldn't say what I wanted to say when I was fat, but now that I'm skinny as fuck, I can say what I want to say, it gives very much flaw. I'm going to say whatever I want to say regardless. And I sit in this bed. People tell me I look like I'm on house arrest. I be in this bed so much. I still say what I want to say. And honestly, after she made that statement, I took nothing else she said serious, because every time I listen to her say something, I don't know if I'm listening to My 600-Pound Life Fannita or 1-800 Dial Jenny Craig Fannita. Like, which one are you today? Then you got on here and said that you don't like us. In the same breath, you just got on here and asked us to listen to you rant about pink people. In the same breath, you turned around and kissed a pink man. I I can't take nothing serious.
My manager has white and black clients on her roster. Who do you think gets paid less, has more followers, better engagement, and can actually sell product than her white clients? Yes, that's me, top dog.
Everything that Fannita is saying is 100% true. Let me also add on that even when you do accept a low offer from a company and you prove that you are actually good for their company, they will never try to pay you more. They will either stick at that very low rate or sometimes try to even lower it. There are so many black creators that should have been in certain spaces and that should have gotten certain opportunities long ago, and they still don't have them. And I know for shit sure, if their race was different, if they would be in those spaces by now. Whether y'all want to agree or not, black creators have to go above and beyond, and they get less than half the recognition that other people do. When it comes to sayings and trends and music, so much has come from black people, and people want to use that, but they really don't want to give black people their props. And honestly, for me personally, it got to a point to where I stopped caring about if brands do or don't want to work with me. I just started doing other things to make money because it's kind of like, even if they want to work with me, they're not going to want to pay my rate. This was maybe like a couple of years ago, but the first company that did not debate with me about my rates and literally sent the money as soon as we agreed upon it was a small black-owned woman-owned business called
Fannita is spiraling right now because for the first time in her life, she's realizing that she's a black woman and she's not okay with it. Fannita thought that her issues stemmed from her fatness and not from her blackness, so she thought that weight loss was going to remedy the disparities that she's been receiving over these last 4 years that she's been doing content creation. Now she's realizing that she lost weight and the things that she's now hungry for and the things that she wants are not coming to her. And she's realizing that it's not because of her fatness that was the issue. It was her blackness. Then she got on her videos misusing the study of intersectionality and misusing code switching in order to make it seem like this was all purposeful and she didn't say certain things because she was fat. And although portions of that might be true, the reason why you're talking now is not because you want to bring attention to the wealth disparities and the pay disparities amongst black women and white women in content creation. That's not why you're doing it. You're doing it because you thought that these white people loved you for who you are, and because you were this token black girl, you thought that your tokenness was going to get you a seat at the table when really it just got you a seat in the room, but they over there having a conversation and they not letting you know what they talking about. You got on this app misusing intersectionality and misusing code switch to manipulate people, to make people think that this was all purposeful when really you're just angry at these people that you have wasted your entire life trying to appease. Now you're realizing that they don't like you. Now you're realizing your tokenness is only going to get you so far, period. So what we're witnessing right now is Fannita lashing out. She's lashing out, and the reason why she's doing it over social media is because that's where she's going to have the most casualties. When you're lashing, when you are not in therapy and you do not have the proper coping mechanisms to deal with the anger that's inside of you due to the injustices you feel like were brought upon you, you're going to lash out. And because she has 2.3 million followers, she's going to lash out in front of these people because that's where the most of her attention is going to come from. That's where she's going to feel like she's getting all of this relief off of her chest, as if she lash out in front of all these people, because that's what the mass majority of her people are. And during that lashing out, you are attacking other black women. First of all, leave Mecca out of your mess because Mecca didn't do nothing to you. Second of all, you're going at Deccan and Dane for something that maybe her delivery was poor, but what she said was absolutely true, and you're mad at it, and then you starting to make fun of her accent, and it's just so problematic. It's so problematic, and instead of you looking on the inside, putting your phone down and saying, maybe it's not these people's fault, maybe it's my own fault, you're lashing out because you're mad because you're not white. You thought that you was going to call out Alex Earl. You thought that you were going to lose weight and that was going to put you right next to Alex Earl, because you thought that your only issues were that because you were fat and that was it. You're not understanding that your blackness, you are black before you are anything. So please don't get on this app trying to make it seem like I'm talking up now because I'm tired. I couldn't say things before because I was fat. You didn't say anything before because you thought that your issues were stemming from your fatness. That's what you didn't care about the blackness. You don't give a fuck about no pay disparities amongst black women. That's why you sitting on these videos talking about people in the projects and with roaches and eat noodles or whatever you were talking, chicken nuggets, spending them 5 ways, whatever you were talking about. You don't care about black women. You don't care about the pay disparities. You don't care about economic justice. Your issue is because these white folk are looking at you like, yeah, we liked you when you were fat because we could poke fun at you being fat.
But now you're just black and a woman. And we can't out loud poke fun at things like that. So your services may no longer be needed. That's why you're upset. It's insane. Then you get on this app talking about, oh, my best friends are white. We know. Fannita, we know. We know your best friends are white. We know. Okay? At the end of the day, you thought you were going to lose weight, put on that Versace robe, and sit next to Alex Earl. Because your whole life you have been evading the fact that your blackness is the #1 contributor to the way you get treated. And now you are angry. Now you are mad. You did that to yourself. Whatever schools you went to, who put you in what, that's on you. And like Decadent Dane said, you were okay with getting the scraps, and now you mad. Take your anger to somebody else, because honestly, Fannita, we do not care. We don't care. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. We don't care.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go! Man, at least the boy tried, but if you really try and get picked up, God, come in.
So here's my hot take on the Fannita situation. Now, I honestly think y'all need to stop. Like, just yesterday, I saw like 20 different videos talking about how she's having a manic episode, how she's having a mental breakdown, how like this isn't her, and how she's done this, and that. And I'm like, if she's having all these problems, how is making these videos about her going to help her? Now, I know that Fannita isn't the type of person to actually care about what other people think about her or about all these videos that I've been seeing. But I don't know, how would you feel if you saw like 20 to 30 different videos talking about how much of a horrible person you were? And you know, I personally don't think she's having a manic episode. I mean, a couple videos back, she said that she was going to be real from now on. And so I think what we're seeing is the real Fannita. I mean, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I've been following her for a while, and her behavior now isn't that much different than how she used to act. I mean, she told y'all that she's been code switching, so I guess that's what we're seeing. And I kind of understand why Fannita is so mad, because my mom went on Ozempic and she lost a lot of weight, and she was mad that people were treating her differently. I mean, people were being nice to her, giving her compliments all the time. She's like, well, why wasn't I getting this back when I was heavier? And as a result, my mom was mad at me for a while. She was mad at everyone for a while. She was mad at the world. So I think that's what Fannita is going through right now.
Okay, so now that the whole Fannita situation died down, I'm gonna say this. Y'all know how every single time somebody gets on social media, a black person, right? They get on social media and they make this crazy, like, elitist claim, and they're just too much. And everybody makes videos and like, what do y'all expect? These are the Jack and Jill kids, or, oh, like, these are the talented 10th. These are the people that, like, the black elites. This is what they do. I just want to say it's not them. It's not them. It's the Fannitas of the world. It was the people who were broke 2 days ago. Those are the ones that get on social media once they get a little bit of money and show y'all. Now, that doesn't mean that Jack and Jill is not elitist, and a lot of people who are in the links and different things like that don't hold like a superior complex. It's not to say that. It's just they're not on social media telling you. The person who gets on social media and says all of that outlandish shit, calling y'all brokies and stuff, it's not the girl who grew up with money. It's the girl who just got money. That's all I want to say. It's just the girl who just got money.
And then I'ma go. See, Fannita lost that surgery, and she thought that she was gonna be the baddest bitch. She thought the niggas was gonna want her. She thought the niggas was gonna be on her body. She thought that she was gonna be that girl.
In my personal opinion, you could take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is. But I believe Miss Fannita girl was faking her confidence when she was fat. Like, clearly she wasn't happy. So, damn. So I believe when she got thin, she thought that, oh, I deserve this, you know, blah, 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 expecting everything just to come to her because she thought that's what it really was her weight. And like this young lady said, she's not getting the reaction that she thought she would get as a thin bitch. It's kind of weird, because for what I see on the internet, is she was more tolerable when she was fat compared to now that she's skinny, which is kind of weird to say. But that's what I noticed on this app. It's like now, it's like, why are you spiraling like this? Excuse me, like this. She thought all her problems were going to go away when she lost weight, but clearly it's gotten worse. I think that she thought that she was going to be invited to all the white spaces in the world because of the internet, get all the white men that she wanted without a problem. Baby, you forgot the one most important thing. Besides, you're a woman. You're a black woman. No matter how hard you try, bitch, the world don't work like that. That's just what it is.
Let's cut the bullshit. I don't know too many details about this Fannita situation, but I do know that certain people are getting too comfortable making their think pieces on this topic as an excuse to be blatantly racist.
I'm going to be really gentle when I talk about this situation because we really are watching somebody crash out in real time. I think what's happening is that Fannita thought that losing the weight was going to change her life and fix her life, and it just really hasn't done what she thinks it's going to do. And I think that that is really difficult to come to terms with, because when you have been fixated on your body your entire life and you finally fix that one thing that you don't like about yourself and you still don't like yourself, that's fucking scary. Like, that is really, really scary to like come to terms with, especially mentally and emotionally. And you guys can say whatever you want. She is going through a hard time. She just lost her uncle. She had a gastric sleeve. She had a boob job. She had a tummy tuck. She's going through so much physically and emotionally. You know what I mean? I'm not excusing her behavior, but I would also go insane if I had hundreds of thousands of people telling me that the body that I wanted so badly was not it. Like, that would send me into a fucking tailspin. Fannita is surrounded by a friend group that is rich, white, and skinny. Nobody in that circle knows what she is going through or was going through as a fat black woman. They just don't. They cannot relate to it. And the people that she can relate to, she does not want to relate to them because they are not aspirational. She wants to be something more than she actually is right now, which is fine. We all want to aspire to be better than we were. But it's really clear that like she just does not like herself, even still. And that makes me sad. Listen, I've lost the weight. I have a huge chip on my shoulder because when I lost the weight the first time, people treated me so differently. They'd look me in the eye. They opened doors for me. They would smile at me, good morning, buy me things, free drinks, everything. That will put a chip on your shoulder for sure. I think a lot of us would crash out online if we had hundreds of thousands of people talking about the one thing that we're the most insecure about. So, I don't know. Give her some grace. Fannita needs a rebrand, and the first thing she needs to do is to cut the hypersexuality bit. It's old, it's tired, it paints her in a really negative light, and it's just corny. Like, I've never looked at those videos and been like, oh, they're so funny. Like, they're super uncomfortable to watch. And, like, why do you think it's funny to put out content where men literally are showing you how much they don't want you? It's like some weird rejection therapy. Like, you can't be upset that people are not taking you seriously when you're not even taking you seriously. It doesn't make sense. She also needs to fire her management. That management team is horrible. They are not guiding her. They're not strategizing with her. They're not even marketing her properly. Because I know that if I'm crashing out on the internet, that my manager is calling me expeditiously. Because not only am I going to be messing up my bag, I'm going to be messing up hers. She needs new friends. A whole new friend group. Like, these rich white LA influencers don't care about her. They can't relate to anything that she's talking about. That one podcast where she was like, oh, not everybody's meant to be pretty, and that girl straight up looked her up and down. I was like, get out of that room. You are not wanted there. And sometimes, like, it's hard because I feel like she doesn't really understand social cues. I'm autistic. I'm not saying she's autistic. I'm autistic. I have a hard time reading social cues too. But some of them are a little bit more obvious than others. She just needs people who care about her and who love her. I remember, like, I was really upset one day because I wasn't getting any brand deals, and I called my best friend and she was like, we're not getting any brand deals because you're crying on the internet and fighting with your ex on your page. Like, of course you're not getting any brand deals. People are watching you. This is the same girl who, like, called me one day when I posted, like, a semi-nude picture on Instagram, and she was like, this is not your brand. Take it down. Like, Fannita needs people like that in her corner. And this is just for, like, everyone who's saying, like, oh, I would never, you know, say these things or do these things. It doesn't matter what kind of pain I'm in. You don't have 2 million people constantly talking about your body and being negative and hateful towards you. You really don't. You're not a content creator. You know what I mean? I'm not excusing it, but I'm also saying, like, you literally cannot compare yourself to this woman because you are never going to be in her situation.
Several months ago, I made a video about Fannita's self-awareness when she said that she'll be treated differently as a result of losing weight, and how that manifested itself when there was a bunch of negative backlash when she said that not everybody is beautiful. Now, it's very clear that the way people treated Fannita when she was fat made her extremely bitter and hurt her deeply. And now she's portraying herself as some martyr who sacrificed herself to conventional beauty to shine a light on society's hypocrisy and mistreatment of fat people, black people, and or women. However, I wouldn't be surprised if a part of her actually wishes she was still treated the same as when she was fat, because the fact that she's now being proven right has made her even more bitter. And whether these rants are a result of a psychotic break, drugs, or if she's in her right mind, these brands that want the Alex Earl type of aesthetics are not going to pay top dollar for somebody as harsh and brash as Fannita is. Are there black creators that are constantly cheated out of what they're rightfully owed? Yes. But even though I've graduated with a business degree, it doesn't even take all that to realize that there's more liability to dishing out the same dollars or providing the same opportunities or associating yourself with somebody who gets online and says that they hate the people they're supposed to be marketing to. Whatever Fannita's going through, I wish her the best, but to the people who live outside of social media, this is not a good look.
Body preoccupation has become a societal mania. We've become a nation of appearance junkies and fitness zealots, pioneers driven to think, talk, strategize, and worry about our bodies with the same fanatical devotion we apply to putting a man on the moon. Abroad, we strive for global peace. At home, we have declared war on our bodies. I'm going to say that Fannita getting weight loss surgery is very different than plastic surgery, in my opinion. To me, it declares that she more than likely had health issues because you have to get medical clearance for that. But it also shows that she was really concerned about her well-being. And I think that if she brought that to the forefront, instead of, oh, look at me, I'm cute, I think that it would be more received better. And it can also just kind of align herself with being, I don't want to say humble, but I think it could help her image overall. And it's more practical. But I think that's because also that's what people want to hear about. They don't want to hear about the sacrifices you had to make to prepare for your surgery or how a lot of times you have to maintain your health. They just want to say you look good. But there are a lot of people who do care about your health. There are big people, skinny people, etc., who would like to follow, the positive side of you. So I don't know if you're going to see this video, but if you do, I think you should focus on that as someone who has been through a lot of what you've been through, not everything. But I can say overall, you just have to come to terms with who you are and learn to accept yourself, and somebody who's worthy of your attention will get that. But if you want to be a turn up person, that's on you. But I'm just saying, if you want to really reflect, please reflect and stay off the internet for some time if you can. I do think that two things can be true at once. I notice in a lot of these conversations, people are contributing this behavior and complaining about it. Even with EK, people were joking about domestic violence. When I see Fannita, people are saying, oh, you fat, you ugly, you're not desirable, be humble yourself. And I just think that besides her attitude, what makes her ugly? I feel like a lot of people just contribute to the same thing. But so I think overall that this is a serious topic. It is a sensitive topic. And we need to learn how to just nurture and appreciate our bodies other than the physical appearance. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And thank you so much for listening to Books and Looks TV. I'll see y'all next time.